Yo, people, what's going on with that? I'm back, long time coming. I know I said I'm gonna be consistent and all that, but yo, you know, me and my bro, we go to school and that uni, you know how uni is, it's a lot, you get me? So, yeah, I'm back, quick vid, just to, give you all something there instead of leaving you guys in the dark. And it's been like 2 weeks since we haven't dropped, and I said, you know what, let me do something, let me give you all something, yeah, and let me just go ghost, you get me? So with this vid right here, I'm just gonna do like a wrap up of the music that dropped on Friday, because we all know Friday, when Friday pops up, people random are dropping, people are dropping, you get me? So that's what I'm gonna do for y'all today. Like, comment, subscribe, link below for my socials and all of that. I'll put them as well up on the screen so you can see. And yeah, let's get started. So the main people that dropped, there's about 5, yeah. So I'm gonna start with the first one, and I think I'm gonna touch on him first. Nasty C. Nasty C dropped a single titled "Prosper in Peace" featuring Benny the Butcher. If y'all don't know Nasty C, South African, South African born. He's got now. He's Americanized now. He's global. And with this single, I think he's dropping an album, if I'm not mistaken, the next 2 weeks, or if I'm not mistaken, called "I Love It Here." And looking at the cover art, yeah, like you can see that, you know what, yeah, this is there. This is the one. This album, yeah, it's the one. Because we had Bad Hair Extensions, that was like peak. I think this one here as well, be getting a little cook in there from his album. I don't know much about the album, but judging from his single, man's got Benny the fucking Butcher there. Let's be honest, that's Benny the Butcher. If you don't know Benny the Butcher, we're living under a rock. Man's good with the raps and all that, takes it back. He's not with the trap and all that, he's strictly hip-hop. And yeah, dropped a single with him, Prosper in Peace, and yeah, you can see that, you know what, I wouldn't even say he's in his bag, but yo, yeah, it's that time, Benny the Butcher, you can see that. I feel like this album, yeah, like there's nothing, because I always said, like, you can't judge a single, yeah, but like, now there's context that, you know what, it's a single that's in an album, and judging from the album, and I said the album cover, long day, man's got, his girl there, himself, his kid as well, he recently had a kid, congrats to him, and I think that, you know what, he's stepping up and all of that. And yeah, stepping up. I love it here. I think it's gonna be a mature album, very mature. None of this, bullshit and all that. But yeah, that's that. The single. If let me just touch on the single a little bit. I think the single is good. I think this is where we see Nasty at his best in terms of rapping and all of that. Instead of him, diving into these flows and using a whole lot of auto tune and all of that. But now with this single, he's literally on the raps, and we get his side on the rap team, and Benny the Butcher, can't say much on Benny, he's just too good. He's there with the raps and shit, with the punch liners and that. But yeah, for me, can't judge a single much, you get me? It's a single, but hopefully this album, in my opinion, or hopefully it is a good one, Hopefully I'm not disappointed, and so is you there watching them, you get me? But yeah, that was Nasty C dropping an album in the next 2 weeks. Title of the album is called "I Love It Here." Single that he dropped on Friday is "Prosper in Peace" featuring Benny the Butcher. So now let's move on. Moving on, let's take it to the UK. I know many of y'all here don't listen to the UK and all that, but there's 2 artists that dropped albums. Yeah, I'll start with the first one that I think majority of people should know. Lancey Fox, dropped an album, 12 tracks, titled "Back to the Trap." If y'all don't know Lancey Fox, he's from the UK. People call him, the UK Playboy Cardi, because in terms of like looks, especially, and his dress sense, Cardi, And obviously, you know what, me, I'm not a person to say this guy looks like this guy, you get me? But who done it first? I always say that, like, you must find Lancey was the one who done this first, and Cardi just said, "Let me just take the phone." But I'm not on the compare thing, yeah. But he dropped an album called "Back to the Trap," 12 tracks, and you know how Lancey is like, I could say he's not the only like guy who's doing like the American sound this side, yeah, but he's like huge in the UK, and he bring like the US sound to the UK, and he's got tracks there that are, I could say, heat vibes, you get me? And I've always said, and me, I'm not gonna flip flop it just because this guy is that. I always said that this sound, yeah, man doesn't get, I don't get it at all, with the aesthetics and all of that, yeah. first, it's not a bad album. It's got good transitions, yeah, good transitions, and it's got, I think, a couple of decent tracks. ADHD is a good track, even though it's like flipping 1 minute 16 seconds. It's got the first track. I think it's called Yes You Are, you know, and Sexy Red as well. That's a featuring featuring Sexy Red is a decent album. It's a decent track there. But yeah, all in all, it's a decent album. Back to the trap, Lindsay Fox is, yeah, people call him the UK Playboy Cardi, and as I said, I don't fuck with the sound, but I don't fuck with the sound, yeah, but doesn't mean that I can just block it out. I've listened to the album, and I think it's a good album. I would not his best. I think last year he dropped a good album last year, you know, and even EPs as well, the cooks there. But yeah, the transitions there are so good, and he's consistent in terms of, you know, like, I get that the number one, the sound is consistent, yeah, which I don't like. I like when it's a little bit switched up and next, yeah, but there's a common theme. That's the thing. There's a common theme. It's not like with Lil Uzi where man's got rock, he's got punk, then he's got hip hop, and he's got trap. You know, man's just doing a whole, you know, them lots. But yeah, that was Lindsay Fox Spectral Trap album. Give it a listen and tell me what you think. You know, because as I said, I don't like the sound. Maybe you'll understand this better, and just let me know how it is. Yeah, and yeah, moving on. I could say one of my favorite artists in the UK, Huncho. He dropped an album titled My Neighbors Don't Know Me. And you see with this album, like he said that, you know, it's dedicated to his daughter that, thingy, not died, but, you know, his daughter, I think gave birth for a few years back. This album is dedicated to her. And you know what? I'm gonna be humble, yeah? Is it 2022, if not 2021? He dropped an album, I think it's called Euphoria, if I'm not mistaken. Euphoria or Utopia, yeah. He dropped that album. For me, that is his best work he's ever done. That album there, his best work. This one here, the neighbors don't know me. Yeah, I think it's just it's a mid album. It's not his best, you know. He's got albums like Huncho the First. He's got collab album with Nev Smalls, DNA, you know, the new age, yeah, DNA. He's got Euphoria or Utopia, between one of those two, the titles, and then he's got this one, yeah. And this one that he's dropped now, I don't like it. He's got good tracks, you know, like Crazy Titch, you know, of course I am the plug. Yeah, he's got good tracks there, but nah, I mean, it's just, I don't know if it's missing something or what, but it's not it, man. It's not it. Like the album that he dropped, and the thing is that, okay, I'm gonna compare the two albums, yeah. The album that he dropped last year or 2021, yeah, had good singles. There was like a sound behind everything. Like, he didn't have one sound throughout, yeah. He had different sounds. We had vocals and all that. With this album, it's majority of it is just, you know, let me just rock hard and all that. But it's not like Lindsay Fox where it's with the synths in there, but you know, it's the trap side of shit. But nah, it's not it. Maybe I'm explaining it wrong here, but you must just go give that a listen. And I don't think, nah, it's not the one in Huncho, bro. Me, I'm a big fan of, obviously, he's one of my favorite artists out there in the UK. He's one of my favorites, you know. And that album that he dropped last year just solidified that completely. Man's got a discography that's different, you know. And with this album, nah, it's not for me. But yeah, you guys just let me know in the comments what y'all think about the album. Give it a listen. It's by Huncho. My neighbors don't know me. And yeah, that's like the albums that we've dropped, you know, so far, you know, on Friday. And let's just go into, I think, one more single. And you know what? People don't judge me, yeah. Cardi B dropped with Megan Thee Stallion. The single is titled Bones, and yeah, long. I don't understand what's going on there. You know, like, is she trying to do WAP number 2? You know, because she's trying to get that, you know, that catchy thing. Because you know how WAP was catchy, the beat was catchy, the chorus was catchy. You know, is she trying to do that in number 2? And what I've always said is that, of all tracks you decide to put out, why with Megan Thee Stallion, yeah? Knowing that Megan Thee Stallion is going through shit, you know, on her side with, you know, the other guy there, Tory and all that. Yeah, why now all of a sudden you say, let me drop this track with Megan Thee Stallion, you know? It's the same thing with WAP. When she dropped WAP, it was when Megan Thee Stallion had her shit going on there, you know, and people kept quiet. But when Tory dropped an album, then like, yo, man's using this for clout and all that. But hey, you know, I'm not on that wave, but I'm just saying, yeah, long, right? And I'm not a hater. I've always said, wait, Cardi B is good. She's good, but now I don't understand, man. Like, long day. That's what I'm gonna say. Like, long day. Yeah. Guys, let's be honest. Like, come on, what is that? Catchy shit. It's all about catchy shit nowadays, and yeah, long. Yeah, the music thing is done. Like, these Cardi B's and I have nothing against Megan Thee Stallion. Let's get that twisted, yeah. Like, Megan is good. Put that on the side. She's been doing her thing there. She's been quiet there. But Cardi B, come on, guys. When are we gonna say that, yeah, she's done? Because the music that she's putting out, just waste. Let's be honest there, you know. But yeah, that's what I think, and long. I'm not gonna dwell on it much. Like, lyrics are, yeah, outrageous, you know. Video, haven't watched it, but judging from the snippets, you know, long day, bare back, and you know, lots of that. So yeah, I'm not gonna delve into too much, but yeah, that was just a quick thing. People that dropped honorable mentions. Conway the Machine dropped an album as well, a collab album with some guy. Check out Tiptoes by H and Clavish, UK based. Check out Christelle Rodents, UK based, you know, very good track that was featured on the Top Boy series. Go check that out. And yeah, that was the people that dropped so far. And yeah, it's just a quick video for y'all, just, you know, letting you all that yo, when's here. I might not be consistent and out there, but at least you know what, I'm not ducking and diving in, just vanishing in thick air. You know, men's got assignments, uni, all of that. Just yeah, you know how life is. But yeah, I'll check on another one, and I'll see you.
I'm on DIAL. That's my GOAL.